Hey there. I woke up this morning to a really fun little present. By the way, this is Dan. You're watching The Salty Sea. We got a little preview. I didn't think we'd be getting any kind of hints like this for at least another couple weeks, but let's just look at it. It's an all blood themed preview. And pretty funny if you're into blood puns or anyone making fun of corn. Let's just skip to the video because that's what I'm really excited about. Um, it's going to be just a real quick
It's time
rundown
for
of some
top
bloody
5
things,
bloodiest things in the mortal
and it's
realms.
pretty funny. Fun
Slaughtermasters
that they show
love a
the
bit of gore,
Slaughtermaster with
so
that
much
old
so
sculpt. I hope
that they
I
get
hope
all
Ogres
over
gets a
themselves.
new update for this pretty soon because it's a
What
great
could be
concept.
bloodier than a
I kind of feel the
literal
same about the knife
cauldron
carriage
full of
actually.
blood?
I
Three
painted it
things.
once, a long time ago.
I'm
It
feeling a
actually
bit
almost
queasy
made
now.
me give up on
Oh,
uh,
no,
painting
no!
Warhammer models in
It's a
general. I
snake
ended up selling my
made
Daughters
out of
of Cain, and I've
blood?
since bought the Warcry box, which is
Sorry.
pretty embarrassing.
Oh,
But
come on,
either way,
guys.
we're almost
That's
there,
just too much.
and I'm really excited to get to our number one.
Uh,
Here we go.
Oh no! Can someone phone my agent?
It's probably corn plus. Who can really say with this other model? First of all, I want to talk about this corn on the left. I had done a prediction video about the kind of corn that I wanted to see, how we were talking, Mama Slanesh and I were talking about maybe seeing a sort of honorable corn, a very serious knightly corn, a stately corn. This actually kind of looks like they went the other direction with it and did like glitzy corn, like glamorous corn, which is really funny to me. There's so much. If you've seen Office Space, wow, I am dating myself, but there is so much flair on this corn in terms of little baubles and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Also, corn in a skirt is always fun. I don't think we have anything quite like that. But this model on the right here is, I think, what is causing a lot of speculation. So when we first saw these two models previewed, I guess it was only 2 weeks ago, but I think a lot of folks just assumed that these were the two heroes we would get in the Warcry box, or sorry, in the Age of Sigmar box in early April, probably. And can't blame them because these look like significant hero models, which is really exciting and just an absolutely wonderful testament to the Warcry sculpting team. But now that we look at this video, the way they've done this makes me think that both teams are going to be blood enthusiasts. Now, we could see kind of a reconcepting of Slanesh. They've reconcepted every Chaos God that they've done something for. For example, this version of Slanesh could be somewhat blood focused, and that wouldn't be too weird. You can make kind of anything creepy a little bit Slaneshi if you want to. Just look at the Unmade, for example. They feel very Slanesh, despite living in the realm of death. So what I'm saying is that this could be Slanesh, but it could also be some sort of vampire. I've heard people call out Daughters of Cain. That's possible. When you look at the fun little the little pin through the top knot, that could be kind of any of those three factions. We've also got this headdress is something that would not be out of place on an ego pomp, for example. I don't know if you can see this ego pomp. That would certainly fit for Slanesh, but it also has some of the vibes from a lot of vampires as well. I could really see it being either one. Either one would have to kind of have some headwinds, whereas, Slanesh not being blood themed when this video really makes it seem like both teams here are really interested in blood. And then a vampire, having to get around the fact that there's a lot of speculation that the Khorne and Slanesh boxes are going to come out at the same time and both be kind of against each other. You could easily see the versus box for them. Now that the sculpts that everyone assumed was the foot heroes that would come in the AOS versus box, now that we know that those are coming in the Warcry box, you could easily see those being it for Khorne and Slanesh. And I think some people might complain about that, but I think that would be wrong because even in AOS, this means that they're getting new books and they're getting a whole new battle line unit. People keep complaining that when books come out and all there is a new hero, or even worse, a resculpt of a new hero, that that's not enough, but at least it's something when you get a new hero. Getting a new battle line unit, for most armies, they'd be much more excited about a new battle line unit than a new hero. So that'll be pretty cool for them. But it'll be even cooler for us, whether it is Khorne versus Slaanesh or Khorne versus vampires. I do think Daughters of Cain is a bit of a long shot, though it is possible. I wouldn't bet on anything other than those three factions. Watch me look really stupid, and this is Malarian now. What, regardless of which one that is, I'm going to be really excited for it. I love Slaanesh, and I love the idea of a Death faction getting their first warband. If it is Slaanesh, then I think a lot of people are going to be excited for Nightmare Quest, where it's going to be. It would essentially confirm that Nightmare Quest would be destruction versus death, and I think a lot of folks want a Warcry box that doesn't have any chaos in it. I think that that was probably a pretty big mistake on GW's part, just because I think they really underestimated the hunger for non-chaos Warcry warbands. Regardless of what this is, I'm really excited. I love both of these factions. As I've done whole videos on Slaanesh. Khorne Demons is the faction that got me into Warcry, actually. So this is going to be great. One quick thing that made some people say this would be Vamps instead of Slaanesh is the use of your Claret, which is a much more vampy word than a Slaaneshi word, and also Crimson. That could also be something like that. Now, this could actually be something like a hint towards a Tome of Champions update with the Crimson Court in it, for example, something like that. Or it could be a separate third warband coming out alongside Bloodhunt, the way Chaos Legion did for Heart of Gur. Both of those are 100% possible. I would be pretty interested in both of those, obviously, but yeah, we've got a lot to look forward to for the next month and a half, probably, before this comes out, and I could not be more excited. So I'm going to be coming in with finally my budget top 10 video pretty soon, but until then, may all your rolls be crits.